Hi, it's Nancy welcoming you to Gardens Grow. And these are some of the plants I still need to take in that I've been getting prepared and ready to go. Not necessarily this one, but these back behind it. I'm going to try to save those through the winter. We'll be taking them in pretty soon. I just got the seeds. This one's not brown enough yet, but there were some on here that were, so I got it. But when I took it out of its little nook where I'd had it all that time, I just realized just how beautiful it is. This is Alternanthera, and it was just a dark green when I had it in there, because I'd had it overwintered once before and it turned green. But by now it really had turned back to its pretty bright, I don't know what color you call this, a maroon, a deep wine, but it's so pretty. And if this would have filled out really pretty too, what a little stunner that would have been. But it's already very pretty, but I'm fixing to clip it all off and try to save it through the winter. Save the root. I'm going to see if it will, and I will take some of these little shoots and clip them off and put them in a glass of water and hope to save some of those for next year too. Today I took off a little piece of this dew or ice plant. You know, I wish I could save the whole thing, but I take them inside and they begin to die. So I'm going to try just a little piece and see if I can keep it. I may end up trying 2 little pieces so that hopefully I'll get one, but I hate to let this beautiful thing go. But this is the little piece that I took off of it. Dipped it in rooting powder and put it in some cactus soil, and then I clipped off these little clippings that I put in a glass of water, and they came from this little remember this little plant that grew from a seed. It volunteer seed. I didn't plant it. And then I had it in this little pot. You couldn't notice this is a amaryllis. But I'm terrible with houseplants, period. But I had bought, I think, either 6 or 7 of these. I picked out, the most beautiful colors, biggest, prettiest. And then there were 2 smaller ones. This is one of the smaller one, and the only one that I have left. I think bringing the plants in, not only does it be frugal, where you can actually have another plant from the one you had in the garden the year before, but it seems even to just show them a little bit of honor when you're touching them and letting them get ready. It's like you're letting them know that you're going to save a piece of them to come back out in the garden next year. And I love that little book, What a Plant Knows, because I think they do know things, and whoever wrote that book was pretty sure of it. They were more, head into the deeper side with the botanical names and all that stuff, and they had looked up the different things that they can do and don't do, and they actually know that you're in the garden. So I think they look forward to us coming out into our gardens. I think they probably know that's how they're getting taken care of. And I think they thank us too, and I think they deserve just a little extra attention to let them know that there's something special. And I'm fixing to clip off some of this Blackie sweet potato, and I'm going to take some of it and put it probably in this little glass right here with these, and then I'm going to take the root inside and just put it in a dark room and see if it can come back out and come back alive. I'm going to try that with this little bit too that's left in here. And I know it will die back to the root, and I may not can get it going from the root, knowing me, but also I'm going to see what it will do. And because I've read that you strip off the leaves from the stem so that when they go in the glass of water, they don't cause it to, the water to, where they don't rot and the water get that juices from the rotten in there. That would not be good for sure. But I'm going to try to save some of this. And when you gather them up to bring them in, they can actually look like pretty little bouquets. Not all of this will come back out alive, but some of it will most likely, and that will make me happy. We are still not getting warned that a freeze is coming or a frost, so I thought I better just get some of these gorgeous mums for you. Before that happens, it will inevitably happen, you know. But until then, I'm just enjoying this. It's kind of like summer, only not quite so hot. I did take in some clippings yesterday, so there are places where you can begin to see the little garden art again through the foliage. And I may end up just taking this whole little pot in and see if I can get this to come back from just the root. I don't know if that will work or not. I haven't tried it, I don't guess, or else I did and they didn't make it, so I forgot about it. But what if they would? I think it's worth a try, because coleus are not really just annuals. They're a perennial, but they do not live through our winters, so it's a possibility. I have not brought in any of my bulbs or things I have to dig up, but I plan on doing that, and we're supposed to get some rain tonight or at least tomorrow, and hopefully that will make the ground soft enough that I can go right ahead and take care of that little job easily, or a lot easier than while the ground is still hard. I put just a little clipping from this lovely dew or ice plant. I've heard it called both names. So when I first found out what it was, I heard it as called dew, but then I hear it called ice too. But either way, it's a lovely little plant, and it has done so well for me this year. I hate to lose it, but hopefully I'll get a little start and then start it all over again in the spring. And this is where a peony was, and we'll be back in the spring. But I was thinking that I would like to try again. I've tried so many times to get a peony started on my niece's grave site, but so far I have not. I failed to do so. But I'm going to try again. I'm going to dig some up as soon as we get a rain. Hopefully it won't miss us this time, but we'll get a wonderful rain. And it'll soften the ground, and I can get out here and dig up a good sized piece of my peony and take it and put it on her gravesite, so that she can give her mother flowers for Mother's Day. And why I say that is because that's what she told me, that she wanted to get a peony to put on someone's gravesite, and I didn't know who it was, so I don't remember the name of who it was. But when she passed away, I thought maybe, I was just in my grief thinking maybe I should get a peony to put on Stacy's grave. And in my head, her voice came sharp and clear and so excited, and it said, "Oh, do it, Aunt Nancy. Maybe then I can give Mama flowers for Mother's Day." And so, that's been a dream of mine, and I'm trying to get some things all done that I want to do, and I've been wanting to do that for a long time and been trying to get it done, but it just hasn't taken hold for me. But I'm going to try again, because I don't want to leave this earth without there being a penny there for my niece, that it will bloom and her mom will go down there, my sister, and see that. And she'll know, because I've told her what I felt like Stacy said to me. And she'll know, and I'll be, if I'm up in heaven, and I can, I'll be looking down, I'll be smiling. Correction, maybe Stacy and I will be looking down, smiling. These mums in the pots are looking really good. Now that they're both open on both sides, or both pots. And look at this beautiful red salvia. It's pretty much in full bloom right now. And when it gets all the bloom gone, you can just cut them off and they'll come back again. It doesn't take them a whole long time, and you'll just come out one morning and there they'll be, just shining in their glory. And if the hummingbirds haven't already gone back, or gone where it's warmer for their summertime, to get out of the wintertime. I'm not ready to get out of the wintertime. I'm ready to get out of the summer heat. But if they haven't already gone, they'll be over here visiting this at some time during that day. This little orange hummingbird mint has been coming back from seed for me, and I would love to get it where it always does that, and even more than just one. But I don't know, maybe I can see if I can look for some seed to plant like that. I would love to have them just coming up every year and looking great. This little plant right here is loosestrife, and I've heard and read and many times that it can get out of hand and people don't want it in their gardens. But my husband got me, with one little stalk of this, he got me a little container with this in it, just the one, and it was like an arrangement of several different plants. It looked so good, but I didn't know what this was, and then when I found out what it was, I couldn't. I guess it's because I had the weed control fabric down, but a lot of it has come up now, and this one little spot, I did sprinkle those seeds down. Oh, I hope I'm not sorry sometime, because it is a beautiful little plant. But nothing is beautiful when it gets so or it is beautiful, but you still don't want it, because you don't want it to get rid of all your other plants and just take over. When it gets invasive, it needs to leave the garden or be put in a pot where its root can't proliferate, if it proliferates from the root, because some of it do from seed. I think this is one of them that does both, maybe. And those are hard to take care of, because there's no stopping them. When they have roots that are going to grow, they put down seed, the birds take the seed to other places, and pretty soon they're just totally in control of your garden. But even without a frost, you can tell the garden is trying to go dormant. There's some more pretty fall color in this little crepe myrtle that's actually still looking green almost everywhere, but there's places on it that's already decided, let's get ready for fall. Let's put on our fall attire. Can you see the fall highlights in this little plant? And it will get probably totally orange if a frost doesn't take it out before it gets there. Look at the lovely pink glow on this little sedum. I love that. I think that may be what I try to get started in that little tiny strawberry pot that I have that's pink, and that would just top it off, I think. I may try that if I don't forget by the time spring gets here and I start this over again. You know, I hate to see it all go. It's kind of hard to take things out of the garden to save for through the winter, because you just want it to be out here where you can roam around and enjoy it, or at least that's how I feel. But then I know that the ones I take inside are going to be the ones that will start next year's garden, and so I do it. But I do try to leave enough out here that we can enjoy this last little bit of the season with some of the pretty flowers still in the garden. And I'm noticing I didn't get this little wandering Jew any of it in, and I definitely want to try to do that. There's not a lot of it, but sometimes it can proliferate itself and look really good. But I do have a hard time saving this through the winter for some reason. But definitely I want to try. And I want to take this little pot inside because it is ceramic, and I'll probably just put it inside the well house, which we keep above freezing so the water doesn't freeze. I almost forgot to show you my new little decor for the garden. I found this at our local etc. shop yesterday, and it's just a pretty little stake, and I like it. I think I even picked a pretty place for it to be. And it's movable. If I decide to put it somewhere else, I can do that too. More of the red salvia, and this little pot has perennial dianthus in it. And this pretty little Victorian blue salvia came back volunteer from seeds from last year, and I hope it just keeps right on doing that, and we'll be able to enjoy it again the next season. I don't remember if I told you that I did put a little pot in this. So I also did leave some of the cocoa liner just at the top of the pot, because my pot, you can probably tell, didn't come all the way up to it just slid right on down in there. But I still think that will be pretty, and hopefully I can even get that cocoa liner out and the plants will just grow up to fill up that little area of this pot. And I have not been getting a lot of shots of this little container, but it is still very pretty. I'm just so used to having lots of different kinds of textures and colors of plants in this pot, but I do like it better just like this. It's full, it's pretty, and it doesn't have to be watered at least once a day and needing twice a day. So this little sedum just works perfectly, and those small pots, they're kind of a little out of the way for watering more often than once a day, and sometimes you can't even get around to once a day, and when you can't, it's so forgiving when other little plants just are not. And after our rains, I will want to get out and dig up these by the roots, these hollyhocks, but they have that disease on them. You can see how they're not only just turning golden yellow because of the end of the season, going dormant type thing, but they also have a disease on them. Let me see if I can turn one of these over where you can. Sometimes you can see it way better on this side than on the front side. But I want to get rid of that because there's nothing that will take it off. You just have to let these die and try with some new ones. And also, it's advised to not put anything in that soil for a while, because they will also, especially if you plant another hollyhock there, it's most likely just to have that same disease in it. So I haven't had hollyhocks in a while for this very reason. Please be sure to like and to subscribe to the channel.